What is going on, everybody? You are the true. We're having a problem getting live on X right now. But what's going on, guys? You are the true believers. That might not pop up for a second here, but let's talk. So you're not going to believe this. I got a bunch of haters out here, I guess. I want to say they're haters. These haters actually tried to downrank me on YouTube, and they're hitting the dislike button on the way in. I haven't even run a show yet, and that's what we're getting right here. So to all the haters in the house saying, yeah, whatever, it's cool. By the way, new studio. So working on the new studio as we speak right now. Still got this crazy background here. Probably bring that back pretty soon, but working on all of this new stuff that I'm doing right now. Hope you guys are having a great morning, and I hope you went long on Bitcoin. Told you guys I went long on Bitcoin, but what I also did was I went long on two different providers, and I went a 10x long, which is playing out beautiful, and I went 25x long, which is just absolutely blowing up. You're not seeing much in the way of the rest of the market really taking off. You saw TRB, that had that big move, which was really nice to see, because that's kind of a testimony to, maybe we have and we got cam microphone here. Is that right? No, it's not. It's actually my normal microphone. The problem is I'm in a room and I haven't done anything with the sound yet. So yeah, as a matter of fact, let's try this real quick. You guys tell me, is that better? Is that better? Is it better at all? Yeah, so I'm in a room that I haven't decorated, I haven't done anything with. I'm gonna lay down some carpet. I'm gonna yeah, it's not better. No, let's just go with this for today and let's see what happens. So anyway, Bitcoin trading at 45,700, consolidating at 45,700. So we're just going to have to just today. I think Bitcoin goes after the big numbers. This is the day, by the way. The rumors persist that either today or tomorrow we're going to see some approval on the Bitcoin spot ETFs. That's where things are going to get just a little bit crazy. So let's see what happens overall. This is going to be interesting. So I think that really what we're looking at is $50,000 Bitcoin today or tomorrow. Like, this is what it really looks like. Now, we're going to look at some of the liquidity sweep possibilities. We're going to see, where people are setting their, where the losses are, just to get kind of an idea of what it's going to look like. But overall, listen, guys, we are in the heart of this bullish sort of move, this bullish sort of run. And if we get to 50,000, even if we get to 48,000 and we reject in that 47, 48,000 range, even if we get there and we start to reject, it's very, very possible that we get a nice big run on some altcoins, because the reality of this market is just going to start to sit in with a lot of people. They're going to realize what's going on. And there's some great opportunity here to make a lot of gains. But we'll talk about that in just a second. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I've been around since was the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules, selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up, sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarette butts. Years go by and I got sick. Stage 4 lymphoma, how'd I get this shit? Lucky to be alive, so I changed my ways. I'm on that good life tip today. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Baby, we can have it all. We can make love out of waterfalls. I'm living that good life.
All right, guys. So it's getting a little bit crazy when we look at the Bitcoin market. Eric Balchunas, all of the guys, James Seifert, all of these people who are tracking what's going on with Bitcoin, they're really getting excited about what's happening. Matrix Port just made a prediction. The prediction for Matrix Port was that they predict that Bitcoin is about to hit 50,000. So there's a lot of people out here that are going to, and by the way, if you haven't already, I'm going to need your help, guys. I'm going to need you to donate to Crypto Keeper this morning. I'm going to need you to make sure that you hook up Nick, in case Nick watches this. I'm going to need you guys to donate some ETH to him, because when we hit 50,000, if you remember on Crypto Crossfire, he owes me, he's going to owe me 1 ETH when we hit 50,000. So let's help this guy out. Make sure that let's make sure that Believes gets an ETH. You know what I mean? Anyway, so if you haven't already, guys, I need you to sign up for NordVPN. Help me out. I have not tracked my NordVPN all last month. I don't know where I ended up. And generally speaking, we've had a good amount of signups every single month with them. So if you're not a member of NordVPN, please make sure that you sign up for them. Also, if you're doing your trading, consider MEXC, consider Bitunix, consider that Fire token up there. Gold, there's gold in them. There are hills, Atlas Healthline. There's a lot of different things out here. By the way, for those gummies that you love so much, Atlas Healthline, that's the place where you go in order to get them. So, check those things out. Appreciate it. That helps and supports the channel. As you guys know, I'm winging it right now. So, also check out that high IQ indicator. I do have a 25% off discount down in the description below. And if you haven't, cryptonomy.finance, I'm going to send there's going to be an ad out there, and we'll look at that pretty soon. So that being said, guys, we've got a lot going on in this market. It's I want to say that it's just absolutely bonkers and absolutely crazy what's been going on. But I mean, guys, you tell me. It seems to me that this crypto market is about to just absolutely erupt. I'm getting the sense, I'm getting the feeling, and let's look at it right here. As you can see here, this happened just a little while ago. The new grayscale amendment just came out. However, clear language on cash only, but still no AP. Just blanks where the name should go. Not sure why, since the SEC wants to see it, and they have been pretty cocksure about having one. Also, nothing on fee. That's a big Q too. Now, a few minutes later, we get another filing where they update the amendment to include those. So they're doing it. They're just doing it in stages, I want to say, which is a little bit odd. But hey, man, you do you, boo-boo. The question is whether or not we're going to have what we want, and I think the answer to that is 100% yes. Now, while we're on that, Matrix Port right here is predicting a $50,000 Bitcoin by the weekend. Just pointing that out. Monthly Bitcoin miner revenue set a new all-time high in December at 320 million. Look at the profit being made by Bitcoin miners. Now, in order for Bitcoin miners to make that, of course, they have to sell. They are selling before the halving because they know that the value, it's going to take a little while for them to maximize that value again. But we're in a really good position right now with Bitcoin. There's a lot going on. Altcoins, this is crazy right here. Altcoin market cap just witnessed a bullish TSI cross. The last time it did this, a huge alt season followed. Now, what do I keep telling you guys? I keep telling you that we're not there yet, but we're getting there. We're getting closer and closer and closer. Look at this. We're at 65 right now in altcoin season. And what's going to happen here and what this looks like for anybody keeping track is Bitcoin is going to have to blow it off. It's going to have that blow off top. Now, look at what Bitcoin is doing right now. This is as we speak. By the way, the market is continuing to soar and continuing to pump. And look at this. We're almost at the local high. This is the high, by the way, for all of last year as well. 45,943. We did not hit that in the market last time, but we're at 45,800 right now, continuing to consolidate. Look at this beautiful consolidation in this range right now. We're not finding sellers in this market right now. This Bitcoin is ready to explode. And, guys, we've got, I've got a long here at 25x right now, and I'm up, I want to say like 250% at this point. Huge win. And by the way, I took profit. If you guys remember, we're 220% right now. I was on ACE right here, and I told you guys, by the way, if you go back to the videos that we were doing, if you go back there and you look at those videos, I said, let's get into ACE because it was on this RSI and it was way down here. And I was like, you know what, let's just take a shot at that one and see what happens. Well, there it is right there. See it bounce. It came all the way down here and it bounced all the way up here. It's still got some room to grow. So, it very well could be that, this thing has a lot of life on its own. When you look at ACE, by the way, it came all the way down here. This is where we entered, and then I took profit up here. I went ahead and exited my position at $10.70, made a nice, I think it's like 80x, or not 80x, but 80% gain. Only put in a small amount because it was really just a test to see what would happen. So we won on that one, and then I had a crow position right here. And I took profit on that one at the same time yesterday, and it was at around 102, 10.2 cents. So out of both of those, the only one that I'm holding on to at this point right now is Bitcoin. Now, once I feel like it's over and it's done running, and by the way, if you look at this right now, it looks like it's just kind of sending in the short time frames. Here, this is the 5-minute right now, and it looks like on this little 5-minute right now, it's just building and building and building that momentum for that next leg up. I mean, it really looks like that's all we're doing here is just getting ready to continue on. So we're at 45,840 right now. The market just continuing to pump, and we're continuing to see Bitcoin on its way. Hopefully, this means that we're going to be looking at a $50,000 Bitcoin very, very soon. Now, what does that mean for the rest of the market, broadly speaking? Doesn't mean a whole lot yet until we flip that switch. Now, we're sitting right here near altcoin season. Guys, this means there's a lot of money about to come your way. I hope that you've seated yourself in great positions. I would start, by the way, if you are looking and if you're trying to make a decision on what it is, look at how strong Bitcoin is right here. I want to just point this out. This is a lower time frame, by the way. This is not the gospel, so to speak, but it's kind of ranging up here in this high, and it's touching that high all over again, and it's having that fight right there. Ethereum, on the other hand, went up here at 24.34, and now it's come all the way back down here, not doing the same. It means it's not holding up as well. Bitcoin dominance is starting to run. The Bitcoin dominance starts to run like this. By the way, the U.S. market opens up in 15 minutes. Could be a lot of profit taking, by the way. This could just be, we might take a breather on this. It certainly doesn't look like we're going to take a breather. It certainly looks like the money and the capital just keeps flowing back in. But we could see, we could see something happen. Now, I want to say that your best bet, your best move predominantly is going to be hold on to your Bitcoin longs. I'm going to exit my positions, all of them, at around that golden pocket area up here, somewhere between 47.8 and 50,000. If it runs up to 50,000, look, I got no skin in that game. It's just going to be a little bit more money at that point. I'm not really worried about that. What I'm worried about is the getting there. I do want to see Bitcoin wick up into 50,000. But if we were to go on a larger time frame right now, which is important to do, and we come over here, then as you can see, we're kind of milling our way through to this little area, this pocket right here. This is the resistance levels. This is where there's a lot of trade volume. And you look at it and you can see on this area right here, just going all the way across, there's a lot of trade volume right there, but there's not a lot of resistance. If we were to pop up a volume profile, and what I'm going to do is pop up a VRVP, and boom, boom, boom. So we're going to pop that up here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to change this VRVP so that we can get a really good look at, we're going to change the row size to 512, because that'll make it a little bit easier to kind of read here. And then we're going to kind of open this up a little bit. We're in the range of resistance. We're in the final stages right there. Like you can, if you kind of look in here, you can see that. As a matter of fact, let's open that up. And then we're going to do 512 on that too. I guess we should. Whoops. There we go. All right, so now we're going to open that up a little bit, and you can see right here, we're in the pocket of resistance right now. You can see right here, this is where the volume is. It's around 43,700. We've broken free of all of that. So when you look over here, and what I'm doing, guys, over here is you're just looking at the range of volume that there is. Okay, that's all you're doing. We're going to do the width of the box. Let's do it up to 50%, just so you guys can see. It'll be a little bit easier to kind of check out. So what we're looking for here is these spots on this map. They act as what you would call nodes. Those nodes are where people like to trade. Now we've got this node right here, right there, kind of sticking out right there. And that one is at 43,500. We're above 43,500. Then you have another one that's down here at 37,420. 420. Okay, I see what you guys did. You guys are stoners. So there's another big volume right there. And then there's another one right here at 34,651. Now, these things kind of act as magnets for volatility, right? Everything seems to move to those spots. Well, so let's get rid of that one. Now look over here. There isn't any more. We're done. Like that's it. It's just people wanting to buy the top, right? And then you have a volume node right here at 48,000 roughly. Then you have another volume node here at 57,000 roughly. And then you have then you have maybe a little bit. You can make an argument around 64,000, 63,000. That's it. There's no resistance. Like that's, like when we look at resistance, when we look at places where, what are the things, what's the resistance that we have to break through? It's nominal in this situation. So there's just going to be token resistance. So guys, I want to tell you, Bitcoin it's about to go crazy. It's about to get a little bit out of hand right now. And of course, by the way, this is where I said, I think, originally I thought, this is where we were going to end up. Now I'm thinking that we're probably going to end up at about 450, 500,000 Bitcoin by, it's 2 years. I mean, we got a long time, but guys, it's getting crazy. It really is. And by the way, if you do this stuff like I do every single day, and you're checking this out all the time, and you're trying to figure out the what the market's doing, the best path forward, et cetera, and you're looking at this kind of stuff, then let's close that out real quick. This thing looks like it's about to do the same thing, right? Like we just kind of add to this, then you get the idea, and the general consensus here that's what's next. So now we're going to close that. We're going to close that out because we're done looking at that. Now that puts us in. Let's get back to the 1 hour. Kind of look at it from a lower time frame. Guys, we're a couple of God candles away from just a massive continuation. And by the way, for some clarity on that, Remember, it wasn't that long ago that we were doing this all the way up. Remember, God candle after God candle after God candle after, just continuing and continuing and continuing and continuing and making our way up this chart right here, and just went over and over and over and over and over. Well, I think that's getting ready to happen again. If that gets ready to happen, if that's what's happening again, then there we have it. Like, it's going to be from here to here, just at a guess. So that puts us at 50,000, right? And look, I mean, that's playing out, by the way. So when we look at this from that spot, like, it's literally playing out exactly like we would predict on this thing. So, I do think that we're probably going to see some crazy stuff. Now, the U.S. market has no interest in a $50,000 Bitcoin. They don't give a shit about a $50,000 Bitcoin. They just care about, how can I milk this? How can I make money off of it? They don't stand on any kind of moral principle. And boom, time to Vegas. Thank you so much for the $150 bomb. Guys, if you want to help me out, this is the best way that you can help me out. Make sure you throw in a super chat, something like that. That helps me do my thing and continue to provide you guys with this content. So, yeah, that's when you say it's going to go crazy, that's when we should sell. Not exactly, because the difference between you and me is that I'm always right. So when you get up in this range, and by the way, it's a range right here. It's not the top. Like, again, I don't care about 50,000. I would like to hit 50,000 because I want that ETH, but that's just me wanting to win a bet. What I want more than anything is to see that big move and validate myself as having that opinion. So this right here becomes the move and the play. And if you see that happen, then that's going to be the start right here. Altcoin season. This entire area is going to be where everything starts to take off. And what does that look like? Well, the first thing that it looks like is, I want to say 3,100 on ETH. And when you're looking at altcoin season, when you're looking at that big move, that next big pump, then you're looking at 2575, and we're going to get right up into probably this range right here. Yeah, 3,087. 3,100 is what it's probably going to look like for in the short term, right around there. It's going to be 3,040, somewhere in that range right there. That's going to be where you see Ethereum go crazy and just kind of rip all the way up to. And with that, you're going to end up seeing a lot bigger moves from a lot more of these different tokens along the way. Solana, you're going to see a Solana move to, I mean, Solana's already had their move. So 150. So you see Solana probably pump right into this 150 range, which is not going to be that big. So what you'll probably be looking at for Solana is that it just goes running crazy into an all-time high. And the important thing is, and you're not going to have, you've already got the big move from Solana. So there's not going to be more big move. But you will start to see on things like Caspa and some of these lower tiered tokens that were down here, you're going to start seeing those just absolutely rip their way to these new all-time highs, and you're going to start to see a lot of big pumping in random places. We're going to go ahead and remove TRB, by the way. It doesn't really have any function or use. But Phantom, FTM, where is that? Phantom. Phantom, you're going to end up seeing this one. I think it was like $2 was the all-time high. 348. So 348 on the all-time high. Like, if Phantom gets on a move, then Phantom goes to, I want to say, like $1.10. So big moves ready for each and every one of these in this market. So I think it's going to get crazy. I think it's going to get really crazy. And then, of course, after that altcoin, that's when you get into the speculative assets. That's when you see something like Bencoin go back to where it was before and catch a new all-time high. Because here's the thing. Again, like it or don't like it, you certainly got to learn to love it, because Ben Armstrong is going to move that needle for people, and you're going to see a gigantic move off of something like that. um, especially especially in something a speculative asset that's trying to foster mass adoption with one of the leading influencers in crypto behind it. And look, by the way, you can be upset or not like Ben's personal life and stuff like that and still understand that nobody cares, that just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not going to move the needle. Like you know, so the needle is going to get moved by Ben Armstrong on Bencoin. Same thing with Avic Pay. You know, it's consolidating right around this range. Now, as we said, it was going to wick itself up here, a nice little percentage. A couple of people sold off because they were paying for, one was buying a house. So he took out enough BNB to buy a house, make a down payment on the house, by the way, not buy the whole house. Luna Classic did exactly what I said it was going to do. If you guys followed my video yesterday, I said it was going to wick up to the 200 SMA, probably reject, come back down. And then from here, it's going to reverse and go back and start bouncing its way back through into those new levels. New levels, of course, 2000 is the next resistance spot right there for Luna Classic, which seems to be the logical place for Luna Classic to go. USTC coming down right now. My estimate right here for USTC was, I think it's going to come back down here to the bottom of this range here to like 2.6, 2.7, 2.8 cents. And then from there, that's where the big reversal will happen. And then it'll start moving again. Volt yesterday released VoltiPay with over 20,000 different providers. If you want to pay your bills, this is absolutely bonkers, guys. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. VoltiPay is a new system by which you can now pay your bills with Volt or with other cryptos. That is crazy. This is the thing. This is the mass adoption that we've been looking for all this time. Like, this is insane what Volt has going on right now. That's absolutely out of its mind, bonkers. If you haven't already, go check out Volt. It's on a V3 right now. No tax in or out. Trade volume on centralized exchanges, a couple million. So it's got a great amount of trade volume. On the Ethereum, excuse me, on the Ethereum side, not so much. However, again, what you've got here is the potential for a breakout. Why do you have a potential for a breakout? Well, you had this move down below all of your MAs. Then you got a move up here. You broke the 200 MA and you just retested it. This is in the last couple of hours. You just retested the MAs. That means that you're probably on your way up. That means that Volt is ready for a breakout to test at least the local high. Now, the local high clocks in at 74.93. So what you are right now is you're on this little range right here. And what you did not have so far is you didn't have a test at the 0.5 or the 0.38 line on the fib retracement. So somewhere in this range right here is where I would expect Volt to be going next. So that's what I think is going to happen. And I think as we get to, as we start getting to altcoin season, people are going to be like, wait a minute. So on Volt, you can have a credit card that you can pay bills with. You can have a VoltiPay where you can pay your electric bill, stuff like that with crypto. Now, this is like, this is going to be one of the kings of DeFi if this keeps up. Then you've got a video game that you can play. Then if you want to do some trading, you've got SparkBot on Telegram, which allows you to do structured trading with Volt. Volt's done quite a bit to enhance the ecosystem and to enhance the DeFi space, dare I say it. So could Volt have a big breakout, and could Volt be the next one? That's the question that you got to ask sometimes. And right now at 25 million market cap, it would be nothing to see Volt get on a 10x right now and go to a $250,000 market cap or even a $500 million market cap. Like, it's almost written in the stars at this point, and to be expected that something like that will end up happening. So I would not bet against Volt. It does seem to be that Volt's got a little bit of potential momentum. Now, I spoke to, I did speak to Voltoshi, and he's got a plan. He's got an actual big plan. So if you haven't already, certainly go check it out and decide. Again, 25 million market cap on something that I really think is going to be in the billions. It's built itself during this bear market, probably has, it's probably ready for a nice big run. I think it's right there. It's on the cusp of breaking out. And look, the all-time high for those that don't remember is about 250 million. It's right in that range. So about 10x from where it is right now. So if that's the case, then wherever you are sitting right now, 10x that, and you're at the bottom. What I think will end up being the bottom of Volt, not too far from now. And again, I'm pointing this out, by the way, because you're looking at these things and we're talking about like, well, why would you expect Volt to go 10x? Well, it's all the stuff that it's got going on: VoltiPay, a VoltiCard, the Volt Island game, SparkBot. It's got so many different reasons for you to buy, right? And VoltiChange. Let's not forget VoltiChange, where you can burn your own tokens every time you trade on VoltiChange. So there's certainly a lot to like and a lot to love about it. So 10x to me is, I mean, I guess a lot of people say 10x is FUD at this point. So I think, we're probably looking at something that when Volt really gets into it in the bull run, I think at least a 5 billion market cap. I know a lot of people said 50 billion market cap, stuff like that. And it's always, anything is possible in crypto. But if you just go from the premise of a $5 billion market cap from where it is right now, you're talking about a 200x from the position that it's in right now. And this could happen sooner rather than later, because people are going to be looking for those new come ups. And Volt might be in that list. It might be the next one of those big ones that are coming along. It's like every other meme coin, only it actually has multitudes of different utilities. It's got a cute logo that you can meme out. So I get this feeling that Volt has been too quiet for too long, built in the bear market, ready to make that big move. It just feels that way. Okay. It just feels that way. You never know, but I get that feeling. Also, WAGMI. WAGMI was starting to have a little bit of a breakout. You can see right up here. Let's kind of zoom in here. In just the last couple hours, it spiked all the way up here, like huge, and then it just rejected immediately off of it. Definitely a liquidity move. Now, you might be asking yourself, what happened with WAGMI? Why did WAGMI run so much? Well, the reason that WAGMI ran like it did was because another token called WAGMI, which is, I think it's a lending service in crypto, got a $500,000 investment from DWF Labs. So people started to look at it, and I think that people started to pump their way into this WAGMI, thinking that this was the WAGMI they were talking about, because this is probably the most popular of the WAGMIs. And it did not end up being that one, which is why I think people were selling back out. So, ta-da. You know what I mean? So I think they found out, oh yeah, that's not the one. Now, let's, oh, by the way, we got to pay the bills. So I got a new video up from Cryptonomy. And guys, I can't stress this enough. You guys know I don't work anymore. Like, this is now my job. This is what I do, which is why when you give me donations like just happened here with Time to Vegas, I appreciate it so much. I can't stress enough how important it is and how much that helps me when I get a donation or something like that. So make sure you super chat and help me out and continue to help me fund this whole adventure that I call crypto. But I do have to pay the bills. So, and I've made quite a few bucks off of Cryptonomy very quietly. So, yeah. What's going on, guys? Cryptonomy.finance. I do have an incredible promo event. Follow Cryptonomy_fi. Make your deposit at Cryptonomy.finance. Like and retweet the post and tag 3 friends who love Solana. As you can see right here, earned about 0.0014 Bitcoin. When we get to our fixed levels, my tether so far, $4,345, I've actually earned $251 in accrued interest. For my XRP, 224 XRP, Ethereum 0.09, Ethereum, Bitcoin, we've got 0.008, also about $500. Of course, these ranges were a little different. I was using a little bit more. And then we have the long-term one that I set up over here as well, 0.01. The launch pool. Guys, I want to stress, like, this is where the money has been made. My position right here, you can see right now we've accrued interest of $19,000. By the way, the reason for that is very simple, because if you get in on the launch pool. And some of these, when you get something big like 9.74 and you're in on 18x return or a 7% return, another 8 right there. Once you start to get these big returns, that's when you start to get the big rewards. So we put a heavy amount into this. What I'm going to do, we're going to look up some Solana. And so we're going to throw in the maximum amount for Solana. We're going to get 25 Solana, and then we're going to continue here. We're going to do the 12-month rate since that's 103%. Boom. Now we have another holding. On the My Deposits here, you're going to see that one up there at the top. Best percentage rate right now. Fantastic. Make sure you check out Cryptonomy.finance. All right, guys. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out Cryptonomy.finance. Certainly helps me out. Now, back to the matter at hand. Back to the matter. Back to the matter. I don't even remember what song that is. I just remember that. Back to the matter at hand. God damn it. It's something. I don't remember what it is, but it's something. Anyway, we had a TSI crossover here on altcoins, by the way. This is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. So this is your crypto cap. This is basically just your crypto cap one. And it shows that we had a crossover, and that means that we're about to have an altcoin season. So, when you see something like that, that usually means that something big is about to happen. The last time it did this, a huge alt season followed. We're at 65 on altcoins. We're at 68 on the Fear and Greed Index. We're down in the last hour as people are, look, this is America doing America shit right now. They're scalping and bleeding the market dry because, look, nothing says I'm a leech, I'm a vampire, I'm a blood-sucking dirtbag more than saying USA, USA. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly, and by the way, not everybody, just the investors. But so we're seeing them cashing out, taking profits right now. And that does mean, of course, that the market is about to probably pump on that next leg up. Now, what does it look like? Well, could be having a test back down here into anything, by the way. Maybe my 45,200 would be a good area for a big reversal. But what I would be looking for is a hit right here on the 20 MA on the 1 hour. If that happens, then we should see a reversal off of that. Now, when we're trying to predict what's going to happen long term, then what we're looking for is a little more of this right here. And this is the daily. Now, we broke the 20 MA, and the question is, can we get back to using the 20 MA? If we see right here, it broke through for a couple days, but now we're back above it testing. So what I would expect to see is a move back down into the 43 to 44 range to retest the 20 MA. I don't think we're coming down here again to this 200. I think we're done for right now with the 200. But a test at the 20 MA would be optimal. But look, we've had a breakout of this. So at a minimum, I would expect at least a retest at 43,007, which puts us right in this little spot right here. So I think we're looking at maybe in the next boom, a test off of this, and then we're off to the races. And I think it's going to be happening very quick. I'm actually looking at the daily chart right here. So it could be something that tests really quickly. Now, if it doesn't, by the way, if this market is really just in the frenzy that it's in, then you could be looking at, this is just going to be a consolidation to the side, and then we're just going to next leg it up, right? That's what happened over here. We had a nice little wick. We got a nice little run, boom. And then it consolidated for a little bit, and then boom, we got another big leg up. So another big leg up, like we had 1, 2, 3, we had 2. Well, let's call it 2 the last time. So if we take that into consideration, say that that's our consolidation area, and we're gonna, whoops, I completely screwed that up. You couldn't have screwed that up worse. Now, if we say that that's our consolidation area, that actually puts us kind of at our target. Doesn't get us to 50,000, but it does get us up into the range where we're at 48,000 on that next big rip. And again, if you come back and you look at the volume profile, there's no resistance. So there's nothing to stop on the volume profile there's just nothing to stop us from going further and further and further. You know, I can zoom back out, but it doesn't matter because there's just nothing there. We're actually creating our own resistance at this point for the most part, till we get up here into the 47, 48, 49,000 range. So, you know, there you have it. Like this market is ready for sending. This market is ready to go absolutely bonkers, out of its mind, and crazy. Thank you for the $5 bomb. Back to the matter at hand. It's from Nothing But a G Thing by Dr. Dre. There we go. That's that. I knew it from somewhere. So there it is. All right. Thank you so much for that, Army veteran. And by the way, for those of you that don't know, just so you understand, I am an absolute like metalhead. I listen to I don't even know why I know some of the songs that I know. When I'm at the gym, you can see my playlist, and you're going to be like, ew, gross, dog. What's wrong with you? Make sure you hit the like button, by the way, on the way in. Just to give you guys, we're going to go off track for a second because it's my show. But I'm going to show you guys real quick, I think, anyway. Got it. All right. So you want to see my rat trap of a Spotify here? Let's check this out. I have Punk Believers, Punk Workout, Metal Workout, and Metal Believers. And for my metal workout, this is what you get. You get Trivium Black, Rose of Sharon from Killswitch Engage. You got Static X. You got Slipknot. You got Whitechapel. You got Amon Amarth. You got Westfield Massacre and Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. You got Lamb of God, All That Remains, As I Lay Dying, Hatebreed, Volbeat, Battlecross, Bury Tomorrow, Shadows Fall. Big Shadows Fall fan. Glad to see them back together. Of Mice and Men, you got Parkway Drive, Demon Hunter, In Flames, Decapitated. By the way, if you haven't already, Decapitated, Earthscar, one of my favorite songs right now. Just an absolute banger of a song. Upon a Burning Body, big fan of those guys. Machine Head, Little Machine Head, not a lot. Bad Wolves, a little Bad Wolves, not a lot. I got a Disturbed song in there, Stupefied, and 10,000 Fists. I've got a Stone Sour, which is a remake, by the way, of Judas Priest song called Heading Out to the Highway. And then you'll never know this one, by the way. I don't think any of you will know. But Stone Sour does a cover of The Dark. The Dark was a song by Metal Church, which was a band from the 80s. Came out around the time of Metallica. I'm not a big fan of them, but I'm a big fan of the song The Dark. Another Decapitated song, Limp Bizkit, Break Stuff, just because give me something to break. How is that not awesome? Thy Art is Murder, Sign of the Swarm. I got a couple Five Finger Death Punch, Bullet for My Valentine, a little more Battlecross, and then Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden's old band from the 80s, just absolute. I just absolutely love that band. Yeah, absolutely crazy. So yeah. And then Wasp, I Want to Be Somebody. And so that's my metal workout. And then for my punk workout, we have Bad Religion, Descendants, Teenage Bottle Rocket, Face to Face, The Bouncing Souls, Jimmy Eat World, The Misfits, The Explosion. all is basically the Descendants with a different lead singer. The Distillers, Brody Dahl, great singer. Screeching Weasel, Chicago Represent, Body Jar, the Lillingtons, which is basically Teenage Bottle Rocket, Cody Templeman, lead singer. That's one of his other bands. I got a couple of Real Big Fish songs in here. Less Than Jake. We've got The Offspring. Rancid. I don't know why I have Rancid in here. I just like this song, you know. The Clash. I don't like super old music, by the way, in punk. I like more of today's actual punk stuff, though. Social Distortion, Good Riddance, Pennywise, Ben Folds 5, not even a punk song, but I just love that one. Joe Jackson, The Smiths, The Ataris, and The Forces of Evil. By the way, if you haven't listened to The Forces of Evil Angry Anthem, it's F all you mother effers, F all you mother effers, F all you mother effers, F you. And I'm using I'm using the nice way to do it. So, but yeah, that's what I listen to. And then when I'm not in my metal believers, you see it gets a little bit more crazy. You see a lot more robust of a selection here with El Nino. A lot more Fear Factory, a lot more Throwdown, a lot more Children of Bottom, a lot more August Burns Red, King 810, Unearth, God Forbid. Yeah, you see a little bit more. You see a lot more Whitechapel in here. Heaven Shall Burn. I mean, I like deathcore. I'm getting getting more and more into deathcore as I go. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, that's my crazy ass list of music. Brian Mayer says real punk 1977, 1978. Well, see, that's just the thing. Like when you talk about real punk like that, you're talking about Iggy and the Stooges, you're talking about Clash, you're talking about the Jam. So I'm a fan. I like those kind of songs, but and the Sex Pistols, of course. But and by the way, 1978 was when the Descendants came around. So yeah, I'll go with you on that because I'm a big time Descendants fan to this day. That's definitely my favorite punk band of all time. Bad Religion came around in 1980, so this is a little bit before Bad Religion, but which my other big favorite band. But also Joe Jackson. For those of you that don't know, Joe Jackson, who does "Stepping Out," which is like an 80s, lame song. He was actually a punk rocker before that, and I was a big fan of that. So yeah, I do like some old school punk stuff. And by the way, when you see my list, you see the Smiths, you see older stuff in there, and God, the Ramones around the same time. But like, I mean, to me, like if you heard one Ramones song, you've heard them all. Like they really stick to what they do. I saw August Burn Red, and they had this amazing. I saw August Burns Red a couple months ago with Kill Switch Engage and Lamb of God. A buddy of mine got a concussion. And Elvis Costello, that's early punk rock, absolutely. Yeah, Susie and the Banshees. That was definitely a good one. Generation X. I actually have the original Dancing with Myself from Generation X before he broke out and did the whole the Billy Idol thing. So yeah, I remember that one. This right here, guys, I can't tell you if you like heavy metal music. Bleed From Within. They're a German metal band, but they do their songs in English. And oh my God, Bleed From Within is one of the apex of metal bands today. I absolutely love Bleed From Within. The Lurkers. Yeah, I've got some Lurkers music, as a matter of fact. Youth of Today, sure shit do. Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers. Now I've got a couple of I got a couple of Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers songs on one of my Spotify lists, but it doesn't. It's not one of my bigger. It's not one of the bigger ones. Yeah, and I absolutely love heavy metal. Like tell me everything that's wrong with the world and why I'm gonna die, and you got heavy metal, right? And to be fair, like I now see that right there, Bad Brains. Randy Bly, his favorite band by far is Bad Brains. I don't like Bad Brains nearly as much. Oh, I think we just froze a little bit. Let me know if you can hear me. It looks like I just froze. All right. Yeah, it looks like I just froze completely out of nowhere. Not sure what this is all about. If you can hear me, then my computer is just going absolutely bonkers all of a sudden. There's something really, really wrong. Yeah, something just took out. Like I have my computer. By the way, my computer is I got like a Ryzen 9 out of control. Just an absolutely bonkers banger of a computer. 64 gigs of RAM. There's no reason that I should be slowing down. Now, if you can hear me still, then I'm working on it right now. So it's absolutely wild. There's nothing on my computer that could crunch my computer. As a matter of fact, I'm looking right now. The most likely culprit right here is Chrome and maybe Camera Hub. It's using 14% of CPU resources and 24% of memory. I'm not at 100% on anything. There's no reason for anything to be slowed down right now. So yeah, that is absolutely bomb. This is the first time it's happened. And everything on Google Chrome looks like it's in efficiency mode. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. By the way, I now have 3 laptops since I have a new office here. So it could be. You know what? We're gonna toss the camera hub here. That seems to be eating up some resource too. So give me 1 second here. The guitarist for Billy Idol, wasn't that Steve Vai? Or Steve Stevens? That's what his name was. Steve Stevens, I think. Devil Driver, I'm actually a big fan of the Devil Driver. There's a song that I like. Oh man, I can't remember what the name of the song is. Hold on, I have to look it up real quick. Devil Driver. It was not that. It was not that. It was Beast. It was on Beast, I think, and Dead to Rights. The first song on Devil Driver on Beast was called Dead to Rights. Love that song. Absolutely love that song. All right, so we're gonna close. I'm gonna close the camera. Actually, I'm just gonna unplug the camera and we'll see what happens there. Didn't do anything. Oh well. Yeah, I guess it's out again. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here because I don't know what's going on. But I am absolutely super slow right now. I'm so slow, I should be starring in Life Goes On. Anyway, it's not financial advice. My name's Bleeze. I'm always right. Maybe it just hates the fact that I'm talking about music today. Who the hell knows? Anyway, guys, I'm going to close this out and we will talk to you again very, very soon. By the way, Ace of Spades, if you can still hear me, Ace of Spades is not on my list because I listened to it for my entire life. I listen to Motorhead. So sometimes you just get tired of some of them. Like I don't listen to Metallica anymore because it's just, I've worn it into the ground. Like in fact, when I listen to like 80s thrash metal and stuff like that, I still listen to Slayer a bit, but I listen to like Exodus and Possessed and Bathory, Venom, stuff like that. I listen to harder metal now.